One.
Hello, I'm Lawson Bracewell. I'm an esoteric astrologer and a teacher of the Ageless Wisdom teachings. My interest is in consciousness and the development of consciousness through the 12 signs of the zodiac. This sign that I'm going to dramatize is the sign of Leo. And as I'm doing this dramatic representation of what it means for a soul to work through a Leo personality, I'm going to first dramatize the personality life of an ordinary Leo. The soul is submerged for a period of time within simply the desire body and the habits of a Leo. Then I'm going to do a gesture like this, which indicates a shift in consciousness. The soul has now gripped its vehicle, the personality, and there is an awareness of two lives that are being lived simultaneously. Then I'm going to do the gesture again. And now I'm going to shift into the awareness that the soul has fully emerged and the Leo is awake to the soul and its purpose. The consciousness has now become global consciousness. Ah, I'm here. Ah, fabulous. I've been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting for you. Look at me. Look at you. You're fabulous. Aren't I fabulous? Don't you love this costume? I mean, it is so chic. I mean, it looks like it might have just come out of a wardrobe closet and the wardrobe mistress hasn't quite spiffed it up. I guess it just shows how humble I am. I don't need a lot of costuming to let you know that I'm a very important person. I don't know what this company would do without me. I'm the inspiration. I'm the driving force. I'm the one that knows the products. My name is on the company. What I tell my employees is, do it my way, or the highway. If you've come on board, you've come on board for me. Either you get it, and you can support it, and you can extend it, or you're not really any use to me. Oh, that sounds so harsh. No, really? Most of the time, I'm just a good time Charlie. I love parties, love champagne. I love to be around people who know who they are, you know? I like quality people, you know, they command a certain respect. They have a sense of pride. Oh, God. I hate the people who tear you down. I just, you know, today's a bad day. Yesterday there was this article in the paper, and they said that I was just a ruthless, self-centered person who's just running a company out of ego. They don't know me. I've been involved in a lot of philanthropic projects. I've given a lot of myself. I've given a lot of my energy. I've certainly given the name of my company. I'm just going to pull back. I'm just going to pull back because I don't really feel like I'm appreciated. You know, if people people just knew how sensitive I am. You know, they think that, you know, just because you're out there, just because you're big, just because you're important, like I am, it means you somehow have a thick skin. Well, I don't. I don't like it when people don't really see the good. I'm a big-hearted person. I just want people to do it my way. Oh. You know, for me, I would say the turning point came when I had a heart attack. And it wasn't just a small one. You know, I pressed myself to the limit. You know, I was working endless hours. I couldn't delegate any of my components of what I saw as my life and my business. I really thought everything came through me, and really symbolically, my heart just gave up in trying to be in charge of it all. Well, you know, at least that's the way it felt. What I've found is that I actually find that I'm much more present. The company has changed tremendously. I gave up on a lot of the focus on it being bright and flashy and with a lot of gimmicks. The company has, in fact, moved entirely into an educational program. It's about self-development. It's about releasing the creative potential in other people. I would say a lot of what I learned, you know, when I was so focused on myself, is that a lot of it was just coming out of insecurity. I was so afraid of not being seen that I wasn't seeing myself. A lot of what I was doing and the effects that I was having on people was really just stuff that was hidden in my shadow. Weaknesses and fears and insecurities. What I'm teaching through a whole team of, well, what are we? In one way, we're coaches. In other ways, we're therapists. In other ways, we're spiritual guides. All of it is to get people to understand who they are. The central question, I think, that motivates every human being, whether they're aware of it or not, is who am I? Who am I? And what's the purpose of this life? I have all this energy. I have all this ability to impact in a positive way. I guess what we're teaching people is trust. Trust this vital, fiery inner self and its desire to love and to create and inspire, and then get down to work. It isn't going to come just by standing on the middle of the stage like I used to and say, look at me. It comes through excellence. If you know who you are, then you're going to put in the work and develop the skills. That means that you can step out onto the stage and allow people to see themselves rather than see you. And therefore, you know, the company works with people in every profession because it's really just releasing the inner creativity. It doesn't make any difference if the person is in sports or politics or education. It's all about teasing out the willingness to let the heart rule. I'm not sure that I would have thought that I'd end up here. But, yes, this is a kind of spiritual center that I'm at the center of. It is very based in psychology, so it has this practical component to it. It seeks to expose the person who comes into the center to a willingness to release everything, all conception of self, all roles, all identities are exposed as being just temporary illusions. This is the path of the naked warrior. Those who spend time here have nothing to lose. And because they have nothing to lose and know that there's nothing that encumbers the self, that's just fire. Most of the people who come through end up leading lives which are quite exceptional, because they're lives of daring. In fact, our school borrows from an ancient book called the Book of Daring, which is the path of transcendence, the fiery path to the liberation into the sea of love.